If you are planning a 2026 road trip to Ladakh using a guide written even 2 years ago, you're driving straight into a logistical wall. The rules of the region have shifted. Petrol has crossed over 102 rupees a liter in Leh. Local taxi unions have completely banned outside rental cars from key routes, and the district administration is strictly enforcing new altitude acclimatization laws. Showing up with the wrong vehicle or rushing your ascent results in heavy consequences. Your car will be turned around at military checkposts. You will face severe union fines, or worse, you will end up hospitalized with altitude sickness on day 2. To safely make it to the mountains this season, you need to map your specific budget, timeline, and vehicle choice to the mathematically and legally correct travel strategy. A Ladakh trip is no longer a spontaneous drive north. It is a highly regulated logistical puzzle that you have to solve before you ever leave home. The first major friction point of any Himalayan trip is acute mountain sickness, or AMS. This is the severe physiological shock your body experiences when you rapidly ascend into air that has about 40. Trying to save transit time by flying means you have to burn 2 days of your vacation resting in a hotel anyway. Attempting to bypass this biology usually results in severe illness that forces you to abandon the trip entirely. Beyond biology, the most complex obstacle in 2026 is vehicle legality. Local taxi unions heavily protect their livelihood, enforcing strict boundaries on who can drive where. This matrix shows transport legalities. Renting a commercial, yellow plate vehicle restricts you. You can reach your Leh hotel but are banned from sightseeing in Nubra or Pangong. You'll pay a double penalty: your parked rental's daily rate, plus a local taxi to actually explore. Privately owned cars with white number plates face zero union restrictions. If the car is registered to you, you can legally drive it anywhere in Ladakh. Taking your own car means accepting immense wear and tear on your suspension, and taking full personal accountability for any breakdowns in remote dead zones. Attempting to cut corners with a cheap, out-of-state rental creates massive legal friction and will quickly destroy your budget. Driving means facing the physical reality of the approach. The Manali-Leh highway is defined by severe switchbacks, loose gravel, and steep gradients that push engines. You share these narrow dirt shoulders with massive military traffic. Etiquette is non-negotiable. The Indian Army has the right of way. Pull over and wait. To bypass the heavy traffic on the traditional Manali route, the new alternative for 2026 is the Zanskar Loop, routing through Shinkula and Padum. This route comes with extreme challenges. You'll navigate heavy tunnel construction machinery, blinding dust on the roads, and zero available fuel stations, requiring you to carry jerry cans. Your route choice dictates your primary obstacle. You either manage heavy traffic congestion on the main highway, or you commit to wilderness survival on the Zanskar Loop. Choose based on actual driving skill, not social media aesthetics. Once you leave the immediate vicinity of Leh City, you enter a digital disconnect that catches modern travelers completely off guard. UPI and digital payments will fail at remote dabas and fuel pumps. You must carry at least 10,000 rupees in small physical cash denominations for food and emergencies. You will also face a telecommunications blackout. Outside prepaid SIM cards are useless here. Only specific postpaid connections will connect to these remote towers. Accessing border areas like Nubra and Pangong requires an Inner Line Permit, or ILP. This is a mandatory travel document that verifies your identity and clears you for restricted zones. While you apply for the ILP online, you must participate in the photocopy ritual. Army checkpoints operate on analog systems, so you must carry multiple physical, printed copies of your permit for the soldiers. Relying on the digital conveniences of your smartphone will leave you stranded. True analog preparation, meaning hard cash and paper documents, is mandatory for traversing Ladakh. This flowchart maps out the optimal strategy based on your constraints. The most important question: do you have 14 or more days? If no, you fall into the time-poor optimizer profile. Your best option is flying directly to Leh and hiring a local taxi. You must accept the 48-hour hotel grounding period to acclimatize and pay premium local taxi rates. However, this guarantees a trip that is both legally sound and biologically safe. If you do have the time, you fit the budget-conscious DIYer. We strongly advise against renting out-of-state Zoom cars. Instead, bring your personal white plate vehicle or rely on the regional public bus network. Matching your specific timeline to the correct transport method eliminates 90% of the friction before you even start the engine. Finally, there's the adventure purist. This group consists of riders with personal ADV motorcycles or travelers with premium expedition backing and support trucks. For this profile, the Zanskar Loop is the recommended route. It offers the region's rawest terrain, provided you accept the extreme physical fatigue and the total lack of infrastructure. Regardless of your profile, the universal constants of the Himalayas remain the same. You must respect altitude sickness, yield to army convoys, and carry analog cash and paper permits. Ladakh in 2026 punishes those who try to blindly hack the system, but it deeply rewards those who align their budget, their vehicle, and their biology with the harsh reality of the mountains.